Alright, hello again. Today I'm going to be talking about my 6-month update of living and working in Dallas. I made a video a few months ago and I had worked at about 2 different clubs in Dallas, and I think about that time, I was happy to be in Dallas and I was still bringing in money through dancing. It's just that I wasn't really happy with where I was at with the clubs that I was working at. So since then I've been working at Bucks Wild Dallas, and it's a kind of more like a mixed urban club, kind of mixed / urban kind of club, and I'm really happy there. Again, a lot of girls that watch this, they want to know what club that I work at, and obviously you're gonna find out whether I tell you or not. It's just that what works for me might not work for someone else, and what might not work for someone else might work for me. So basically, just know that, if you want to try one of the Bucks clubs, definitely go for it. Those are the clubs that I recommend when girls are coming into Dallas and they want to try a club. I say go for the mixed clubs like Bucks. Anyways, I've been at Bucks Wild and I'm very happy there. As you guys know, before I came to Dallas, I was in Oregon for 2 years. That's where I went to college and actually had started dancing in Oregon. Sorry, I was in Oregon for 3 years and I started dancing a year into living there. So I danced in Oregon for 2 years at like a smaller mixed club in Eugene, Oregon called the Silver Dollar. That was my home club for 2 years. I was really, really comfortable there. I knew everybody. Everybody knew me. Like, I was just very comfortable, very happy there. And then when COVID hit, obviously I stopped my education at Oregon State University because I just wasn't gonna pretend that I wanted a degree in something that I didn't really want anymore. So again, I'm not really into that. Obviously all of my credits there are transferable, so if I want to go back to college, I definitely can, and I only have like 1 year left before I have a degree, but that's not really what I want to do right now. So again, keep your opinions to yourself. I'm doing just fine. So anyways, and I really didn't want to settle down in Oregon, and at the time I was seeing someone from Texas, and the plan was that I was originally going to move to Houston, Texas, but honestly, I don't really like Houston, and I chose Dallas instead, so that's where I'm at now. And I really love living in Texas because I've had family all over the country, on the West Coast, on the East Coast, but never in the South. So I wanted to move to a place where I didn't know anybody, and again, I didn't know anybody before coming here, so it was kind of like a new adventure for me, and I'm very happy that I moved here. Moved out here all by myself and got my own apartment and everything. Like, I'm very happy here. When I first got to Dallas, everyone told me to go try out the Lodge, which, as you know, is a gentleman's club in Dallas. Everyone was like, this is the best club in Dallas. So, I went and I got hired there. It wasn't for me personally. Obviously, there's no stage money there, so I didn't make any stage money, and I was like, kind of like, what the hell is this? Because I came from a club where I made a lot of stage money, and I was like, what the hell is going on? But all the customers that I talked to was like, this is as good as it's gonna get for you. Like, this is the best club in Dallas. It's the classiest club in Dallas. Anywhere else you go is gonna be ratchet as hell. And I was kind of like, interesting, but okay. And then so I just kind of continued to work there. The next club that I went and tried was DG's, which is an urban club. It's a booty club. And I had never worked at like a booty club before. And honestly, I wasn't great at like throwing ass or anything like that. I knew hella pole tricks, so when I got there, I was like, if I just do a lot of pole tricks, I'll get by. But honestly, that just wasn't the move. I liked the vibe for sure, and I'll definitely go there as a customer, but I just wasn't the type. And you pretty much just can't get by in an urban club with just knowing pole tricks. So luckily, I can throw ass now, but when I went and tried DG's, I wasn't any good. So DG's did not work out for me, and that's totally fine. So I went back to the Lodge because I was like, damn, this is really as good as it's gonna get for me. And then, you know, I just kept working there. And one thing I really hated a lot was a lot of the customers and the clients at the lodge were like, any other club you try in Dallas is going to be ratchet. But honestly, since seeing a lot of the clubs down here and how they work and stuff, it honestly is the gentlemen's clubs that, you know, where the skanky shit kind of goes down. And then all the urban clubs and the booty clubs, there's no skanky shit going down. All the girls at the urban clubs, all they do is throw ass and do pole tricks. Like they barely do private dances. You know, they do sections and all that kind of stuff. The gentlemen's clubs are the clubs where the clientele be expecting shit to go down in the back. That is kind of the truth. Again, I was at the lodge. A lot of the customers, I just kept going through shit at the lodge that was very distasteful, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like really in a really unhappy place. I was like, damn, this is the end of my dancing career, isn't it? And then I went and I tried Bucks Wild Dallas, and I got hired at Bucks Wild. And, you know, from the beginning, I really, really liked it there. So I started dancing at Bucks Wild in like January. And then like January and February, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't show up as much. My work ethic did not really kick in until like March and April and May. Around that time is when I realized like, hey, I need to like step it up. I need to go in like 4 to 5 times a week. You know, I need to actually show up and I need to try. I love going on stage. I make stage money. That's how I want to make my money. And, you know, I can get up there and I can do pole tricks. I can shake my ass. I can throw ass around. Like, Texas has definitely taught me how to really, you know, bust it down, like throw ass and shit like that. So, you know, my dancing got a lot better when I got to Bucks Wild, and also like my work ethic just went up like a lot. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very happy. Since moving to Texas, it's definitely put a lot of things in perspective, because I've met a lot of girls who make hella fucking money, like money that I wouldn't even think was possible to make through dancing. And not even that, but like the girls that work out here, you know, they're not just dancers, they're business owners, they're investors. Like, some of them are scammers, I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, like, it just put a lot of things in perspective. It's kind of showed me like, this is the amount of money that I can make through dancing. And if I really take it seriously and I show up, like, I can make really good money. And that's where I'm at right now, is like, I'm just really trying to bring in a lot of money. I'm making more money than I've ever made in my whole life, like, since moving to Texas. And I'm very, very grateful for that. I've set new goals for myself. I have like weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. You know, I plan to like officially start a business soon, you know, keep investing money, putting money aside for retirement and all of that. It's definitely put a lot of things in perspective. And another thing I want to mention is that, you know, high school and college did not teach me shit about finance at all. Like, literally, I don't remember shit from high school and college. I was at a very good university, but all of the professors were so elitist, and like all of the people that just worked at the university were so elitist, and it was just like disgusting. And I'm like, I never actually want to work for anybody ever again in my entire life. Like, that is where it's gotten me. It's like I don't want to work for anyone in my entire life ever again. I'm very happy being self-employed, and also I've encountered a lot of wealthy people, and it's just put a lot of perspective that you actually don't need a degree to make a lot of money. You don't need a degree to create generational wealth. You know, I don't need to work a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life. I think the last time I had a boss was when I was like 19 years old, and I have very ambitious goals of myself outside of dancing, you know, with business and investment and marketing and e-commerce, everything that I do not need a degree for. So I'm very happy. I'm doing very well, and I think this is the best city that I could have moved to. And if you're a girl and you're considering, if you're anybody and you're considering like moving out of the city that you're out of now, and like and going and just moving somewhere and getting it done, do not hesitate to move. Like, if you need to, get a credit card, put all your moving expenses on a credit card, just fucking move, move to where the money resides. There is no excuse for having to stay where you are. Move to that city, get that shit done. Don't put your life on hold and just go and get that shit done. In Oregon, I was very happy where I was at, very comfortable, although I did not take anything really seriously. So in dancing, I'm just like, show up to the club and like, all of my friends are here. If I make money, I make money. It's kind of like that. But now it's like, if this is the career that I've chosen for myself for like the next couple years or so, I'm going to take it really seriously and I'm going to bring in as much money as I can and then use that money to, go into my own business or invest. Because I really just need to like bear down and fucking like work and just bring in as much fucking money as I can and compound all my assets through investment. Big city clubs versus small city clubs. The sad thing is about big city clubs is like the amount of sex trafficking that goes on. It has not affected me personally yet, and I wouldn't have a problem with them if they weren't so predatory and persistent, but the amount of fucking pimps in the clubs down here is ridiculous. I'm not on some woke shit here, but society has failed young women in a way that they think that they need a man to tell them how to make money. And that's what these pimps are trying to enforce, is they're trying to be like, hey, I'll elevate your finances. I'll teach you how to bring in more income or whatever. But you do not need them, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to talk about finance, you want to talk about taxes, investments, cryptocurrency, e-commerce, social media marketing, any of that shit, come and talk to me. Talk to your coworkers, because most of your coworkers are business owners or graduate students, medical students, investors, okay? You do not need to talk to the creepy man in the corner with the fake diamonds on, okay? Just like, come and talk to your coworkers. Stay away from the fucking pimps and stop giving them power, okay? They are not gonna do shit for you. Again, doesn't matter what your hustle is, but they do not do shit for you. And again, I wouldn't have a problem with them if they weren't so predatory and persistent, because I've had a couple different pimps like literally prey on me and consistently message me, try to get to talk to me, try to get me to come work for them. When I consistently say no, they don't leave you alone. They do not leave you alone. They just need to mind their own business. Don't talk to the man in the corner. Talk to your coworkers. If you want to come talk to me about finance and taxes and all that kind of stuff, you can, because I will give you free game. They're not going to give you free game. You're going to have to do some shit for them. But us, me, your coworkers, will teach you that shit. And you won't ever have to talk to a pimp. Don't talk to them. And again, if you're watching this and you're trying to find out like what club you want to try if you come to Dallas, or you just want to know how the clubs work down here, try to watch some of my other videos. I try to explain things as best as possible, but also you can feel free to message me on Instagram, and I'll attach my Instagram, and I really try to do my best to respond. I do get a lot of DMs, but I will literally try my best to help you, because that is what I'm about. I give out free game, because you should not have to go through shit that other girls have gone through. Feel free to send me a message if you have any questions. I gotta go to work, and I hope you guys have a good day or night or evening, whatever. Alright, bye.